Salutations. Welcome to the high quality broadcast. This is our pod for the iPod.
Episode 1.
Yeah. So I'm the administrator. This other guy is. You can introduce.
I'm the content producer.
Yeah. I did a paper in the university on game design, and I have my BAFTA degree in games. What about you?
I play video games, and I too write papers on video games.
Yeah, so we're both experts. My favorite video game is Zelda. What's yours?
It'd be Donkey Kong Country. It's a
Cool.
classic.
So yeah, we're both good. We're both qualified for the games. The game we're talking about is Dark Souls, right?
The hardest game known to man.
Yeah, being a Zelda fan, it just went really good to my sensibilities. It's a great game.
Quality
So,
game.
It's Dark Souls. So, let's talk about the incredible story. I was done playing Last of Us, so I'm in the mood to talk about stories, because Last of Us had a zombie story. So now Dark Souls has a zombie story too, and it's really cool, and like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and it's medieval, so you get to fight like all kinds of dragons, and it's really cool, kind of like Skyrim.
Yeah. So you start off when you're in the prison, and it's
You can go to the courtyard, and you'll see a bonfire, and
what I love is that they start you off with a broken sword to give you the idea that you could progress, but you're not, because you can't fight with a broken sword. You're gonna get killed. So that's the cool thing about it. Not a lot of games have the balls to give you a broken sword, right?
yeah, it gives you the survival instinct to dive in and find a better weapon. It's what makes the game so difficult.
Exactly. And what I like is the lore, like the guy that gives you the what's the glass? He gives you the glass to drink, and like what happened to that guy? It's just so deep. You got to read between the lines. My theory is that he came from Demon's Souls. The previous game, he was the hero of that, and then he got transported to Dark Souls. That's my...
Yeah, he died or something.
He got hit by the wrecking ball. Yeah. Rest in peace.
And then when you get the healy things, you gotta fight the demon.
Oh, I remember that. This is a fat guy.
Yeah, the fat guy. And
Well,
then
you kill him, he's easy. He's not hard. Then a bird picks you up. That's crazy stuff.
it's really the lore-rich part of the game. That the bird, it's like carrying you to freedom.
The part about the lore is that the bird is that Dark Souls was actually bird souls back then, but now the birds the humans took over birds, and now that's why the birds are so big.
And if you remember in the place after Sin's Fortress, you'll find people that are birds.
Yeah, so one example of the reading between the lines, it doesn't spoon feed you the story. This is not a intellectually barren game. You got to be smart, not stupid. Pretty much.
And when you beat the Sin's Fortress, you get carried off by a bird again. Man, that's a bird, and
there's a lot of birds, and the bird that tells you to give you the stones, and the bird gives you back items. That shit crazy.
There's also the bird where after you get the teleport thing, it tells you to kill all those guys, and then you gotta fight the final boss. So there's another bird.
Yeah, that's what our friend Vadi Vidya overlooked. He didn't look at the birds, but we did.
It's practically like the main factor of Dark Souls.
Yeah. Well, so then what's next? You go into the shrine, and there's that depressed guy. That was cool. I got sad. Like,
Yeah. Then there's the skeletons, which you're not supposed to go.
yeah, they did a trick. See, they put the skeletons in front of you, but you're not supposed to fight the skeletons. That's the game's way of telling you, hey, this is Dark Souls, not for little babies. So if you're gonna go into the skeletons, then that's your own deal. You know, too bad.
It was a way to generate the lore, you know.
Yeah, I don't. The the skeletons are strong. They are actually the descendants of Goku.
Former heroes that have gone on the same path.
Yeah. So basically, the game is linked to Lord of the Rings Tower of Twins. And one of the skeletons is Aragorn and his descendants.
It also gets brought up later on that Frodo is a skeleton right before you fight the giant boss.
Yeah, right before you fight Gravelord, the Gravelord Nitro, there's baby skeletons, and those are Frodo.
But that'll probably come up later again.
Oh yeah, when you fight Gravelord, he tells you that he used to be Mountain Doom. He used to be there, and he was the not Gandalf. He was the, I don't know, Sauron. He was that.
Sauron, yeah.
So yeah, and the level geometry, just wow, just wow. That's all I have to say.
Just makes you really think about what you're doing, where you're gonna go.
Yeah. Oh, and there's not only the skeletons, but the ghosts. There's like a ghost city underneath the shrine. There's an elevator that takes you to Ghost. And that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, it was definitely the scariest part of Dark Souls.
I almost stopped playing it. when I saw the ghosts. I turned the video game off and said, "That's it." But I turned it back on because it's such a good game.
And we have a duty as people who analyze these types of video games.
I love analyzing video games for school, and it's a very rewarding experience. But
nothing's more rewarding than share your wealth of knowledge with other people.
yeah,
Like we're doing today.
Of course. Especially when it says heartfelt as video games. But we digress. We gotta. So, but where you're supposed to go is you're supposed to go up. You gotta climb the stairs, and it's just so out of the way that you'd think, why would they put the stairs in such a weird place? But the reason is
trick you.
Yeah, trick you, and that's where it's a sewer. You're like going through the sewer to pop up in the king's castle from Dragons. So, I mean, so it's gonna be in a weird place. It's a sewer tunnel. I mean, use your brain.
That lore refers back to the Twin Tower movie when the orcs were attacking. They went through the sewers, so that's where that bit of lore comes from.
Oh yeah, I remember that scene. I remember that. The game designer Miyamoto, I remember him saying that his main inspiration for the lore was Lord of the Rings. So it makes a lot of sense. That would be so much like Lord of the Rings.
And that's kind of why he put the giant birds in, because in the last movie, Lord of the Rings, there's giant birds that take the people away.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Who was the? Oh, then you get shot by a dragon in the fire bridge.
But then when you go back, you meet that one guy, the sun.
Ah, the sun guy.
Yeah, and he gives you soap.
Oh, the soap. So what's his story again?
Well,
he died. He died.
The lore behind the soap is you have to be clean in order to have friends. So.
Yeah. His what was his catchphrase?
It feels like similar to Mr. Clean's.